I don't know if you guys have heard of the channel 9500 Liberty. If you haven't, go to it, search it on YouTube, 9500 Liberty, and go to that channel and watch all the videos. It's an ongoing documentary about what's going on in Prince William County. It's very interesting, the things that you hear and all the things that they discuss there. I really wanted to kind of discuss some of the issues or comments that have been said over the past few days, the past couple of weeks. So one that stood out to me was on the channel that I just mentioned. There was a guy, I forgot his name, but he went up there, he was obviously against illegal immigration. He was kind of saying, we're ready to take it to the streets. There's thousands of people that feel the same way that I do, and if you guys want to take it to the streets, then let's go. So this guy's pretty much calling people out, and I think that is just wrong. I mean, are you seriously willing to go on to, an all-out civil war in the streets of Prince William County? Because it'll start there and it'll just spread just like everything else. Just like this whole illegal immigration issue. Something happens in one place and you know what? It echoes all the way to the other side of the country. And something like that, I think it's very dangerous because they don't understand the whole big picture or understand the consequences that a civil war might bring. They're just looking at the whole outcome like, oh, well, if we win, we'll get rid of illegal immigrants and all our problems in our country will be fixed, all these things. But you don't look at the other sides. It's like, okay, it's not like back in the days where you can actually say we're going to have a civil war and the war is not going to reach your doorstep. It will reach every single person's doorstep, whether you're for it, against it, or neutral. You will not be spared. Because nowadays, everybody is just, once something like a riot happens, you guys have seen, I was there in the LA riots and nobody was spared. It didn't matter whether you were fighting for the cause, against it, or anything. You just get sucked into it. And I think statements like that are very dangerous to make because you never know what you're asking for. What if this guy that called out so-and-so at those meetings, what if something was to happen to him? Obviously it would be blamed on illegal immigrants, and then it wouldn't just be the illegal immigrant who acted on it, it would be everybody, and then it would start like a whole big fight. And it's just things like that shouldn't be said. They should not be said. They're very dangerous statements, and we need to really watch what we say. I understand that everyone's entitled to an opinion, but you need to respect each other, because if you guys can't have a civil conversation and you guys just start throwing off insults, left and right, then it's just gonna lead to things that we won't be able to fix in the end. And also, some of the arguments that I've been hearing, everyone's, like I said, everyone's entitled to an opinion, but some of them I don't understand why people insist on using that as an excuse. It sounds so irrational to me sometimes. Like and like people say things like, hey, you know what, in 20 years we're all going to be speaking Arab. What is that? Come on. It doesn't, that's not true. How can you make such a remark and actually believe it, or use it as an example to support an argument that you're saying? Or I was watching this video and this lady, she was against illegal immigration, and someone brought up the whole slavery issue, how it all began, just like this is starting, it all started, with it boiling up, and it led to a whole big civil war. So she said, well, she's all like, well, I don't think slavery was wrong. She said, back in the days it was necessary because people didn't have things like microwaves. Is she serious? Did she really say that out loud? She really said that people didn't have microwaves, therefore they needed slaves. So what's the justification for this one? It's stupid reasoning and stupid logic. To blame, like people say, and I'm gonna bring up 9/11, and I'm pretty sure people are gonna get mad. I have You know what? When 9/11 happened, I was in school and I cried my ass off for all those people because I couldn't believe that people could actually commit such atrocities. Okay, so I was, you know, just like every American was all pumped up for the war in the beginning, was saying, yeah, you know, we need to do this, we need to do something about it, blah, 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 blah. I was like that too. But because when that happened, you know, who did we lash out against? We needed a scapegoat, and who did we lash out against? You know, my neighbor was Arab. Her name was Nadia, and I remember she came home and all her, you know, she used to wear the robe and everything. I don't know the correct term for it, but she came home and everything was ripped off her body. Her son's car was vandalized. I mean, we wanted them out of the country for a minute there, and now all of a sudden 9/11 happened because of immigrants, and it's immigrants like us now. Now it's immigrants like Mexican immigrants. I don't understand how you guys can change your opinion so quickly, and I don't think it's rational. So the arguments being, you know, kind of put out there, I just totally disagree with. But like I said, everyone has an opinion. Everyone gets their 10 minutes on YouTube and 15 minutes wherever else they choose to. And just, I don't know, I feel like people need to be more rational about this and look at the whole big consequences. Look at it from a humanistic point of view. Don't look at it from a political or personal point of view, because it should never be personal. And political, you know what? Political is, unfortunately, people are using this issue to gain political, to get ahead in politics. You know, they're telling you what you want to hear, and then you go and you vote for them, and then what happens? Nothing gets done. And when it does get done, you don't get the outcomes you want. What if 10 years from now you don't get the results you wanted in Prince William County? You managed to get rid of all the immigrants, and then you know what? You still can't find jobs. You still can't do this. You know, your crime rate is still the same. All these things continue. You can't take it back. You can't take back what you did to people, all the families you split up, all the people you hurt, and the people you stepped on along the way to, you know, for your little experiment. You can't take things like that back. So why would you want to take such extreme measures to achieve something that just, it's not fair. It's not human. It's not, I don't know. I just can't find words for it. And, you know, and people stop using your education as a, how can I say, as an excuse to say the dumbest things I've ever heard in my life. I may only be a high school graduate, you know, but that's only because the opportunity wasn't given to me to continue my studies, or otherwise I would be in school still. And I hate it when people throw their degrees in my face, when I guess they have nothing better to say, nothing left to say, and they say, well, you know what, you know, I have a master's in so and so and so and so and so and so. You know what? That doesn't mean you know what the fuck you're talking about. And excuse my language, but it doesn't. Okay, because like I said, I'm a 21-year-old high school graduate, and I don't believe that's as far as I'm gonna get, but when I get further and I am as educated as you are, I know for damn sure I will not be talking down to someone and telling them that their arguments have no meaning simply because they're not educated. That is ignorant. It makes you sound ignorant, and it makes your education look like it was worthless. Like you wasted your time in school. Like, what did you go learn, you know? I mean, because I know for a fact, you know, your degrees don't give you a right to talk down to anybody, or make you, it shouldn't make you feel like you're better than anyone. It should do the opposite. It should make you understand the world and approach it with rationality, that rather than, you know, this whole lashing out against people. So, yeah, I guess that's all I wanted to say for today. If you guys have any questions, by the way, about anything that you want to ask me, you know, feel free. Choose some and then we'll make a video of it. That's it.